Commander Zarthik of the Velconian Armada had conquered 17 star systems in his illustrious career. His crimson exoskeleton bore the scars of 100 battles, each one a testament to the superiority of Velconian military doctrine. As his fleet emerged from hyperspace at the edge of the Sol system, he felt nothing but contempt for the primitive species that called this yellow star home. Scan results. Navigator. Zarthik clicked his mandibles impatiently. Single contact, Commander. Massive energy signature detected near the fourth planet. It appears to be waiting for us, waiting. The word amused Zarthik. These humans had known the Velconian fleet was coming for 3 standard cycles. They had sent no ambassadors, no pleas for mercy, no offers of surrender. Instead, they had sent coordinates and a simple message. Meet us here. The arrogance was almost refreshing. One ship? Zarthik's laughter reverberated through the command deck. They send 1 ship against 300 warships of the Armada? Commander, the energy readings are unusual. The ship's mass signature exceeds anything in our database. Irrelevant. All ships advance in formation Delta 7. Let us show these mammals the price of defiance. The Velconian fleet moved forward like a crimson tide, their sleek vessels bristling with plasma cannons and fusion torpedoes. Each ship was a masterpiece of military engineering, capable of glassing a planet in mere hours. Together, they were unstoppable. As they crossed the debris field of Mars' outer moons, the human vessel finally appeared on their scopes. The command deck fell silent. It wasn't a ship. It was a mountain, a floating fortress that defied every principle of naval architecture Zarthik had learned in his 4 decades of service. The vessel stretched for kilometers, its dark hull absorbing light like a black hole. Massive gun batteries lined its flanks in rows upon rows, each weapon system larger than most Velconian destroyers. The ship's superstructure rose like a dark cathedral, crowned with sensor arrays that could probably map an entire solar system. Size estimate? Zarthik whispered, his confidence wavering. 12 kilometers in length, Commander. Mass estimates suggest it's nearly solid metal. We're detecting thousands of individual weapon systems. The power output from its reactors exceeds the entire energy production of the Velconian homeworld. Impossible. Nothing that massive could move, let alone fight. It had to be a bluff, some kind of mobile space station meant to intimidate. All ships maintain course. Target the abomination. Fire on my mark. The human ship moved. One moment it hung in space like a slumbering giant. The next it executed a rotation that should have torn itself apart from the G-forces involved. Maneuvering thrusters the size of frigates flared along its hull, and the Titan-class warship aligned itself perpendicular to the Velconian formation. Then it spoke. The transmission came across all frequencies simultaneously, the voice calm and professional with an undercurrent of steel. Velconian fleet, this is UHSV Ragnarok, Titan-class warship of the United Human Defense Force. You have entered human-protected space without authorization and with hostile intent. You have 1 opportunity to withdraw. Turn back now or be destroyed. Zarthik's mandibles clacked in fury. Destroy? They dare threaten the Armada with a single bloated fire! He screamed. 300 ships opened fire simultaneously. The void lit up with plasma bolts, fusion missiles, and particle beams. Enough firepower to annihilate a fleet, to crack a planet's crust. All focused on the human vessel. The Ragnarok's shields materialized. Not the shimmering barriers of conventional technology, but a solid wall of contained nuclear fury. The Velconian weapons splashed against them like waves against a cliff. For 10 full seconds the bombardment continued. When it finally ceased, the human ship hung unchanged in the void, its shields barely flickering. Impossible, Zarthik breathed. You had your chance, the human voice said simply. The Ragnarok opened fire. Hell came to the void. Thousands of railguns spoke as one, hurling tungsten slugs at relativistic speeds. Each projectile carried the kinetic energy of a tactical nuclear weapon. The leading edge of the Velconian formation simply ceased to exist. Dozens of ships vaporized in the opening salvo. Missile bays the size of city blocks yawned open, and swarms of hunter-killer drones poured out like locusts. They wove through the Velconian formation with impossible agility, their AI minds coordinating attacks with machine precision. Where they struck, ships died. Point defense laser grids created a web of light around the Ragnarok, intercepting every incoming missile with contemptuous ease. The main batteries, enormous plasma cannons that drew power directly from the ship's fusion cores, fired with measured precision. Each shot destroyed multiple ships, the superheated plasma spreading like a plague through tight formations. The Velconian fleet, which had been so confident mere moments ago, broke ships scattered in every direction, abandoning formation and discipline in their desperate scramble to escape. But the Ragnarok had anticipated this. Human frigates and destroyers hidden among the asteroids emerged to cut off retreat vectors. The trap was complete. Zarthik watched his fleet die around him, his mind unable to process the totality of the defeat. This wasn't a battle, it was an execution. The humans had built something that rendered conventional warfare obsolete, a weapon so overwhelming that resistance was meaningless. "Commander, we must retreat," his navigator shrieked, but Zarthik knew there would be no retreat. The humans had chosen to build this monstrosity for a reason. They were sending a message not just to the Velconians, but to every species in the galaxy that might look at humanity and see prey. The message was simple. We are not victims. We are not weak. Come to our worlds with weapons drawn, and we will show you what terror truly means. The Ragnarok loomed in his view screen, growing larger as it approached. Around it, the scattered remnants of the Armada burned. In his final moments, Commander Zarthik understood the truth that would soon spread across the galaxy. Humanity had not reached for the stars seeking peace. They had reached for them prepared for war, and they had brought with them weapons that could make even the darkness tremble. The last thing he saw was the Ragnarok's main cannon aligning with his ship. A god's weapon wielded by a species that refused to kneel. Humanity had arrived, and the galaxy would never be the same.